Good evening. How is everybody doing today? Uh, Day two. I told y'all I was going to try and be consistent. Consistency is key. I am here to share with you some of my lessons learned. And I hope that you can take these and apply them to your everyday life. Today we have a topic that is near and dear to my heart, and I can't wait to discuss it. Talking about social media and your mental health. If you are new to the platform, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're watching this replay, go ahead and type replay into the chat. Tonight, I want to toast, because I always do a toast at the top of the show. And tonight's toast, I want to toast to healthy mentals, a healthy state of mind. Cheers. Oh, tonight, little old school, little vodka and orange juice, vodka and OJ. Yeah, that's what I'm on tonight. It's one of those days. Welcome to the Sweet Life Podcast, where I am going to sweeten up your life with tips, tricks, hacks, as well as share some of my wisdom with you all. Now, let's talk about some current events. Y'all know I like to bake. And there is a TikTok video that has gone viral with a young lady who says she's showing this video to show you how she makes this cake. Now, the cake is $74.99, I believe. $75.99 for 18 pieces. That's like $4.60 something cents per slice, right? It's an 8-inch cake. And she's showing you how it's made so that in hopes that you will agree with her assessment. She had a client who was not very happy with the cake, indicating that the cake was not worth $84. She claims that this is a cake that she offers all the time. She always charges, after taxes, the $84. And she's not sure why there is an issue. And unfortunately, a lot of people didn't agree with her. A lot of people stated that she overcharged and that the cake that she gave was not worth $84. Now, I love to bake. I know a little bit about baking. I myself would not have charged $84. But again, a lot of people put a lot of money into cakes, wedding cakes, and now birthday cakes, primarily because there's a lot of money. There's a lot of time and labor put into the cake when you decorate it. Now, this cake was just sprinkles on it. I would not have charged that much. I don't know if I would have paid $84 for a sprinkle cake. I guess because I can make the cake myself. But a lot of people agreed with the young lady who her client, and that they would not paid $84 for the cake. And so I'm going to show y'all what the cake looked like. And y'all tell me if y'all think this cake was worth $84. Okay, y'all ready for this? Because let me tell you, the cake that the client sent does not look like this video cake at all. Does this look like, let's blow this up so y'all can get a full detail. Does this look like an $84 cake? Now that cake that was in that video don't look like that to me. It doesn't look like there's a lot of sprinkles. It looks like the name Custom Happy Birthday, I guess that was her mom's name, looked like maybe she had leaned it, dropped it. I'm hoping that there was a small bump on the way home is why the reason why this cake looked like this. I agree with the client wholeheartedly. This does not look like an $84 cake. Sorry, boo. But that ain't an $84 cake. I don't know. Am I wrong? Would you guys pay $84 for that cake? I don't know. Let me know. I might be wrong. Moving on. I briefly covered this yesterday. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties. But this young man, Hakimi, is a soccer player in, I think, out of Ghana. And he actually is like the 6th highest paid soccer player. They estimated he brings in like $217,000 a week. That's a whole lot of money. And I say all of this because he is in the midst of a divorce. He recently was accused of sexually assaulting a young lady in Paris. Shortly after it was announced, his soon-to-be ex-wife filed for divorce. And when she filed for divorce, she found out that Hakimi has all of his assets, his cars, his houses, some of his clothing, his jewelry, are in his mother's name. And I'm not even finished yet. This is the killer part. And his mother gets 80%, allegedly, this is what I'm reading, 80% of his paycheck. Can you believe that? He's getting 20% of his paycheck, but 80% of it is going to his mama. Now, ladies, I'm not going to lie. This was smart. And I have always said, you have to get rid of this old school prenup mindset. Prenups are created to protect you and your spouse. And in this case, it would have been in her best interest to have a prenup. Now, not only is she not going to get half of what he has because it's all in his mother's name, now there is a possibility, I don't know Ghana's laws, but there's a possibility that he could get half of what she has because everything's in his mother's name and not his name. And she is an actress, so that is her career. And this is a prime example, ladies. Y'all got to get prenups. There's so many things that you can add into prenups. And once you finalize the prenup, it's it's done. It's finished. God forbid that you get to a point where you are getting a divorce, but it will be all of that dividing of the assets will be taken care of. You know what you're going to get up front, and there will be no surprises, and hopefully everyone will be in agreement with the prenup. So again, if you are and you don't have to have a lot of money to even have a prenup. A prenup simply is establishing a contract between you and your husband. God forbid that you guys get a divorce. What would happen with the things that you guys have? I implore you to check out The Lead Attorney. He has a really great podcast. A lot of things I don't agree with, but a lot of things I do agree with him. But he has a few videos on prenups, and he explains it very well. And again, he is explaining that it's protects you and your spouse. So, yeah, look into that. Next, y'all. Our loving Don Lemon was recently let go from CNN. Yeah, he was with CNN for 17 years. I'm telling y'all, black don't crack, because he don't look like he been in nobody's company for 17 years, okay? The brother looks good. And he put out a tweet about him getting fired. He was very upset. He made a statement indicating that he would have thought that some of the executives would have personally come to him with the decision to let him go, especially after being with the company for 17 years. I don't know his relationship with the executives, but apparently he felt as if they should have notified him and told him personally. I wish Don Lemon the best. I am sure someone is going to pick him up, probably quickly. But I wish Don the best, and I'm excited to see where he's going to land next. Maybe something on his own. I don't know. All right, let's get to tonight's topic. We are discussing social media and the effects that it has on your mental health, women's mental health, and specifically Black women. I don't think we have explored this topic enough. I want to make sure that everyone is educated. Social media is such a huge influence. It's very prevalent in our daily lives. The average person spends an hour and a half on social media. That's average. And I'm sure if you got a screen time recorder, it calculates. I'm interested to see how many hours do you spend daily. Look on your phone, and you can look at your screen time and see how many hours do you spend on your phone daily. I you know what? I have my phone with me. I think last week I spent an average of an hour and 15 or 10 minutes on the phone daily. But we spend a lot of time on there. And the social media can have negative effects on our health. I know everyone has, of course, it has its pros, its cons. But tonight I want to discuss the negative effects that it can have on your mental health. And let's talk about some of the tips that worked for me, and some tips that other people have shared with me that worked for them to help them keep a healthy mindset, a healthy mind frame dealing with social media. And for Black women in particular, social media can worsen effects of anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. I don't want that for y'all in your lives. And some of the potential impacts that social media has on your life. One, and I have found myself to do this as well, social media can have you compare yourself to others and feel inadequate. I get on there and scroll. I'll be like, dang, she's having a great month. She done went here. Her kids are doing this. They're excelling well. Oh man, he got it made. He got a new director job. I bet he's rolling in the money. Oh, he done got a new house. I find myself doing that sometimes. And it makes me think, if I'm 100% transparent, it makes me wonder, what am I doing wrong that I'm not where they're at, or I'm not getting what they have? Because all we see is this positive and all this success. We don't see what goes on in between those highs for them. You know, I don't know what it took for them to get that house. I don't know what they had to go through to get to that promotion, that new job. And so social media, when you look at that stuff, can make you feel inadequate sometimes. And I also want to share with you some stats that I thought were very interesting. And one of them being Pew Research, a fairly reputable company, has indicated that the increase in time spent using social media platforms was associated with anxiety symptoms, and overall studies was 98%. Can you imagine that? So 95%, I'm sorry. The time you spend on social media is associated with anxiety for 95% of the people that they polled. An increase. Can you imagine? It goes on and also says that similarly, the increase in social media use time was also associated with depressive symptoms of 95%. Y'all, that's real. So you mean that people get on social media and they have feelings of anxiety, feelings of depressive symptoms? That's real. Very real. That kind of just blew my mind that a platform that was built to communicate, to share with the world, is causing anxiety and depression. And for Black women, particularly, some negative effects of social media is we are being exposed to racism and discriminatory videos, pictures, posts. I mean, how many times this year alone have you seen a post with showing someone who was being treated unfairly by the police? I mean, Memphis, a prime example. How many times have we seen where Caucasian women are in a video having what looks like tantrums? This these things that we see can affect our mental health. Also, a negative is that for social media is the pressure to perform and to showcase this perfect life. So much so, and again, full transparency, I have been using filters lately. I used to not do that. Now, I've been using filters to post my pictures, some of my pictures. And I have to reel myself back. And so some of the things that work for me when it comes to social media to help with my mental state of mind, I just have to get off and be present with my family, with my children. I will go sometimes, and if y'all follow me on Instagram, I'm very active on Instagram. You will see there are periods where I don't post anything. And those are times where I am off of the platform. It's so much that I see on there that literally just disturbs me, that I am in shock that the world has gotten this far. I mean, I mentioned this yesterday. Like, I can't believe we have a porn star indicating that God directed her into that career, to that lifestyle, that path. God directed her. It's some wild stuff on the internet. And sometimes we just need to take a break. For me, I take breaks. Something else that worked for a friend of mine when we had a discussion about this and some of the wild things we see, take a break from some of those, how should I say this? For some of those accounts that don't have such positive messages. They may be news informing, but sometimes that news is very depressing. Make sure, put them on pause. Unsubscribe to them for a month or two if you need to. Make sure you have some positive feeds coming through. Also, self-care. We're gonna talk about this later on this week too as well. Practice self-care and self-compassion. Meaning, sometimes, like at work, sometimes I just gotta go outside, get a breath of fresh air, walk around, get out of the office and take in some sunlight, get some of that vitamin and take in some sunlight. Like I said, a lot of times I will look up and I'm on my phone. My husband's on his phone. My daughter's on her tablet. My other daughter's on her tablet. And we just all doing this. And I'm like, okay, we got to get off. We got to get off. We have to be present. We could miss so much with our own family and friends all because we're doing this the whole time. Practice self-care. Practice self-compassion. It's okay that you don't have a perfect life because nobody does. It's okay that you have an off day and you, for me, I may look a little frumpy one day. That's life. I cannot give you a perfect picture every time. And I have to be okay with that because I know my worth. I know who I am. And life is not perfect. I'd rather you see me as who I am. So if you see me in these streets and I'm rolling around with a baseball cap, some jogging pants, and a t-shirt, you're not going to be shocked because that's me. That's who I am. I'm not high heel wearing, you know, Gucci down to the socks type chick. That's not me. I don't want to present that. I want you all to see me real for who I am and let you know that it's okay. It's okay. All in all, social media is not all bad. I don't want y'all to ever think that. But I think it is very important that you are aware of the potential negative effects that it can have and what you need to do to bring that positive mindset back. And especially for Black women. Man, because one, we're Black, and two, we're a woman. A double whammy, baby. So I hope that you don't experience feelings of inadequacy, that you're not exposed to racism or discrimination, and that you don't have the feeling of pressure to perform, to be perfect. I wish that you all will take your social media feeds and figure out what needs to go, what needs to stay. Have a wonderful, blessed evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Yes, I am going live again tomorrow. And let me know. Share your thoughts in the comment section. I'm interested to know, have you had any negative effects concerning social media? And if so, how did you handle them? All right. I love you guys. Have a great week. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks, y'all.